Alright, so this Regina Daniels and Ned Nwoko matter, I've been saying I don't want to put my mouth until I see this post where Ned Nwoko do. And then I was like, okay, something is off.
What you ask, that you will receive. When you see those that have been blessed, rejoice with them, embrace them. Don't hide it, no pretense. The Almighty God that sees in secret knows your heart.
And Jews never talked about Regina Daniels being abused. They say it's a lie, it's a lie. She came outside, it's a lie. Marriage is perfect. I been her sister.
This small pikin, where are they so? Now, old mama, because of the wisdom where they are ahead. If all those nonsense people where they open their dirty mouth, their gutter mouth, they talk, they don't get them.
Viral over the weekend. A man identified as Regina's brother, in response, posted warnings on his Instagram story, alleging Senator Ned Nwoko physically assaulted his sister.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News Gist and Blog. This is an update from Regina Daniel and Ned Nwoko and the family Gbas. Now, I felt the need to share this particular video with you guys since it's an update regarding to the previous video that we make. Regina Daniel's mother finally came out to defend herself that Nigerians, stop blaming me. It was Regina Daniel who told me that he loved Ned Nwoko. Oh, she was 17 and Ned Nwoko was over 60. I could not stop my daughter from loving a wedding old man. Oh, Nigeria, stop blaming me. I said, okay. Madam, can you just stop a little while? First of all, I want you guys to listen to what Regina Daniel's mother said. We'll be right back.
Why are you acting like God? Why? Why are you acting as if you are God? When you know you are not. When you know you are not. That the owner of our souls, our lives, our breath is up there, watching. That the owner of the universe is there, watching you and I, watching each and every one of us. Mr. Strongman, it's just a twinkle of an eye, and it goes. Ask from the past strong men, where are they today? The past strong men, where are they today? High and mighty, where are they today? I thought you would have learned from the past strong men, but you still don't want to learn. It's waiting at your doorstep, knocking heavily. But you know what? My happiness is that there will be no escape route for you, or any one of them. Even your children will share the full dose because it's going to be served. It will be served in full quantum. Trust me. Whatever you do to another, surely you must receive it. You cannot escape from it. If you escape, your children will eat it times 1 million fold. It's a promise. It's a promise. You can't kill another for you to strive. It's not possible. You must enjoy your food dose. Your children will share from every pain you have given to others. They must share from it. Your generation will share from it. Pull down syndrome. If it's not me, no other. Let's see. Majority have tried it. Where are they?
Now, there is another update regarding to the issue. Remember that Ned Nwoko tweeted and said, how dare you said I'm verbally and physically and emotionally abusing you? You are lying about this domestic violence stuff. How dare you, me, a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a lawyer in the Western world, though I don't have a chamber. I said, oh God, calm down. What are you trying to say? He said, what I'm trying to say is that Regina Daniel is a drug addict. Oh, she's so addicted and I'm trying to rehabilitate her. That's why she's misbehaving. Of all my wife. Also, okay, calm down. Before you messed up my head. Okay, VDM, what is Ned Nwoko trying to tell us? And VDM decided to say this and I want you guys to watch.
Alright, so this Regina Daniels and Ned Nwoko matter, I've been saying I don't want to put my mouth until I see this post where Ned Nwoko do. And then I was like, okay, something is off. Something is off. And I said, you know what, let me quickly look at it. And then I found out a lot of things is actually very off with this post that Ned Nwoko made. Do you understand? Now, Ned Nwoko posted a video where Regina Daniels is alleging that Regina Daniels scattered his properties and all. But when I watched the video, I noticed something. First thing I noticed is from the starting of the video, there was no sound. Very silent. And towards the middle of the video, Then the sound came up. The tortoise is involved. It's either, because there's no way you can record such video in total silence. It only means that somebody removed whatever sound that is in that video, right? So what does it mean? It's either some things were said in that video will be advantage or disadvantage to Regina Daniels, or advantage or disadvantage to Ned Nwoko. So they quickly remove that part, then edit and put. That is the first thing I noticed. Now, but let's go to the caption. The caption is even more interesting, right? So the caption says, Regina's unprovoked carnage and rampage in my house and in my absence. So it says, Regina was not always like this. Her current battle with drugs and alcohol abuse is the root of our problems. She must continue her rehabilitation program or I fear for her life and safety. Pause. With this, there are two things involved. This is too direct. This is too direct. It's giving, let me discredit whatever thing Regina Daniels is saying now, and let me discredit whatever thing she will try to say in the nearest future, because it is too direct. It's like saying she did do drugs, whatever thing she talk, Mona no believe. Or it's actually saying the truth. This is just me analyzing what I see. It's either it's trying to discredit or it's saying the truth. Now, I would guess there's another reason why it might be direct. Maybe because of the video where go viral yesterday, they don't insult and they call him name. So he needed to just also say, I beg you, make I come on my hand. Oh. But let's continue. So I continue to read. Said, now she has moved to a place where she will always have unrestricted access to drugs. I have other wives and none will ever accuse me of violence. Regina, none will ever accuse me of violence. Regina is the violent one here, slapping and hitting 3 staff in the past 48 hours and destroying properties, including cars, windows, for no just cause. The truth is, I have set a clear condition for her to accept rehab in Asokoro or outside Nigeria, especially Jordan, where she will have access. Where she will not have access to drug. A clear-headed Regina would have taken Moon to the hospital, but instead she even threatened to buy our resident nurse for exposing her drug abuse while I took Moon to the hospital. A scene of chaos unfolded at home, orchestrated by Sunny, Regina's main drug supplier. Another known supplier of drugs to Regina is that tiny evil devil called Anne. Now, the first caption, like I said, is giving discredit. But if you read through this whole part down, you understand that for the kind of age where this man did, there's no games. You understand? It's possible that he's just saying what the thing is, right? But again, it's looking like both Ned and both Regina are the victim. If you go back to the video I made yesterday, I said something. I said, it's looking like they are trying to blackmail that man over something. And I talk I say, it be like, see, they won't blackmail Ned. Do you understand? It be like, see, they won't blackmail Ned. In short, I even made 2 videos yesterday. I actually had to post one. In one of the videos, I said, there's somebody that you don't like. But because the person have money, you have to endure. You have to close your eyes. Sometimes when you want to fuck, you have to get high. You have to take alcohol. You have to take weed. You have to take pills, bruv. I said this. But I had to just delete it and say, no, this is too direct. So immediately he said it today. I just shook my head. Even the early hours of today, I was talking to a popular person. And then I also mentioned this part of drugs. Because I'm not going to lie to you all. There are some videos that she posts and I'm like, okay. If he's saying that she does drugs, I'm sorry, I'm definitely going to believe. I'm not going to doubt. You know what I'm not going to doubt? This whole drug thing take place in stories like this, where a young girl that have not been self-aware of who she is, yet, for some reason, get advised by some older people to get down with an older man because the man have money. They advise her and tell her that, oh, you're not going to suffer, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. She has not explored life. She doesn't know A plus B. Do you understand? She doesn't really know yet. But of course, she was advised by some people that she look up to. Then she decided to go into it. Now, going into it, she has now seen that this life, it doesn't go beyond money. Anything I want, I buy. Anything I want to eat, anywhere I want to go, is that all? Then she start looking, there's now a quest. She's now looking for some things outside what they have given to her. Then she start meeting friends like herself that are probably in that type of situation where they also got married to rich older people because of their money. Now they are all sitting down together. They are depressed and they are sad because this so-called life that everybody wants, they are now in it, and they can now see that, wait a minute, I am not really happy. So what am I going to do? Maybe if I take drugs to sleep, I will forget about this. Then they start. Then they start getting close to each other, wife upon wife. Then next thing, they start scissoring. Then from there, they get bored. Then they find a guy that will help them do it. Or sometimes they approach their husbands and say, okay, let's run an orgy. Do you understand? So if they talk, say, she did one, I'm not saying this is Regina's story, but if he's saying that she does drugs, I swear to God, I'm not even going to doubt it. Because of how the story started. Do you understand? Because of how the story started. See, I told somebody one day, I said, this level be like level where we say, if they want shag, she must take. Or the man must take. I said, if these people want shag, one person must take. It's not even about whether the man is good looking or not. It's just about this person have not fully realized who she is when this whole thing happened. Then the people she looked at as role model and mentors also put heads together to advise her. The reason why they advised her is because they have seen life. They've explored. Maybe their future and their own story is not the same. But they thought about, okay, we actually need money. Maybe me himself, when I try to do love, it don't work for me. Or me himself, when I try to do, I beg you, make an advice and make you like that, So, well, for me, I feel like the both of them are victims in this whole thing. That's what I think. Yeah. But anyways, analysis like the political concern me. It is better to cry in a Lamborghini than to cry in a Lamborghini. Peace and love don't play. As you go along, I will learn the hard way.
Well, there was a short clip on the internet. The guy that recorded the first video also came out. I don't know how much Ned Nwoko paid him anyway. And he came out to say, oh, Regina Daniel broke her husband Ferrari because of her husband this. He narrated a short clip story that the whole incident begins inside house. After everything that happened, Regina Daniel husband, which is Ned Nwoko, sent them packing. It was when they sent Regina Daniel and his brother packing outside. That was when Regina Daniel escalated the whole issue. If they have not sent her packing, maybe it will have not getting to that extent. Oh, Regina Daniel now broke Ferrari, broke the wisdom of Ferrari. I said, okay. Yeah. Can we just see the video?
A man identified as Regina's brother in response posted warnings on his Instagram story, alleging Senator Ned Nwoko physically assaulted his sister and smashed her head on a wall before sending thugs. Well, in response, Senator Ned Nwoko issued a statement in a post on X denying the allegations and instead accusing his wife of substance abuse and violent behavior. In his defense, the senator posted a video along with a caption, "Regina's unprovoked carnage and rampage in my house and in my absence." Senator Nwoko further claimed in the post that Regina's current battle with drugs and alcohol abuse is the root of the problems in their marriage, stating that she must continue rehabilitation or he fears for her life and safety. And reaction sparked a debate on X. Now take Collins' tweet before I come to you, Ayo. Collins wrote, "Dear Senator, Sunday greetings to you. This statement you have put out raises several potential issues from a legal standpoint of view. 1. Knowledge of criminal activity. If you had credible evidence long before now that named persons, Sammy and Ann, are supplying illegal drugs to your wife, the law generally requires or at least expects that such information be reported to law enforcement. Failure to do this in certain circumstances constitute aiding and abetting. I'm guessing that to protect your wife. You have never reported drug supply and usage regarding your wife. 2, rehabilitation and consent. Forcing or coercing an adult into rehabilitation without legal authorization can amount to unlawful detention. I believe that the lawful route is to obtain a court-ordered medical evaluation or guardianship order, especially if there is evidence of self-harm or danger to others. I may be wrong about judicial procedures in Nigeria. I think you should have a media team deal with this in the public space, or sometimes emotions get the best of us, while privately you deal with this matter. And you know why this story has come on television? It's because the senator is a public figure. I mean, this is a marriage situation, but if we have allegations, accusations of a senator violently smashing his wife's head on the wall, I mean, this, you know, it now becomes a public debate. I mean, these are the sort of questions that, you know, are raised. And the fact is, like the ex-user wrote out there, how is it that you have all this information about your wife and you never said anything about it until she comes out to say, I am tired of this house? Then you play the card. That's a lot of the conversation out there. You either play the prostitution card or the drugs card. Your thoughts?
That's happened a lot in recent times. You're absolutely spot on. I was going to say that aside the moral and domestic part of this story, the key issues here are the fact that we're talking about a man who has the trust of his people sitting in the National Assembly as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And these are very weighty allegations, especially because we often talk about domestic violence. I know that Lagos State has a great agency for dealing with that. On a national level, we don't have individuals. I think it will just be Violence Against Persons Act. That's what we'll be talking about here when it comes to hitting. But beyond that, it's also looking at the kind of people that we elect into office. I'm not saying he's guilty, because at the end of the day, there's one side of there are two sides of the story, then there's the truth. So she's spoken, he's come out to say something, and then there's the truth which ought to be investigated. But in the event that this is true, we've had a number of allegations against people in this particular Senate sitting of the House. I think it's important that we begin to even investigate the kind of people that we put into or elect into offices. Beyond that would be then, if the allegations of domestic violence is true, I believe that it is high time as a nation we took a serious stance against this. We're talking about, and this is domestic violence against either husband or wife. We're still on the case of the policeman who we're still investigating whether or not his wife burnt him to death. We're still talking about Miriam Sanda, who was forgiven by the president for killing her husband. So we're talking about these things that start off as hits here and there, and then turn. Let's not wait for a manslaughter case before we begin to cry blue murder. Let us talk about it now. And then I agree totally. The NDLEA Act speaks to drug use. We have a pervasive drug problem in Nigeria, particularly among young people. And so if we're talking about two public figures speaking freely about the access and use and abuse of drugs, it has to be investigated by NDLEA. And I hope that they will not be taken over by the fact that these are mighty or powerful people in Nigeria and not take on this investigation.
The only thing that touched my heart, though we all have bashed her, we have said all kinds of things, is this particular video of Miss P. What Miss P said in this particular video actually touched my heart. Anyway, I just want you guys to watch or listen to what Miss P said in all of this.
And this lover talked about Regina Daniels being abused. They say it's a lie, it's a lie. She came outside. It's a lie. Marriage is perfect. I be her sister. How it be? When I say that some men will throw you under the bus without thinking twice, without checking if the driver is your worst enemy. Trust me, I'm not joking. I just read the press release from Ned Nwoko. Do you know that if Rivers was the case, Regina Daniels will not release that? In fact, you go meet women whether they beat for us, you go advise them and you go say, no, I'm not cared for, we're not beating the man, no. But when is the turn of the man to tell them how bad you are inside the house? They're going to open their mouth. Wow! I will go and talk about Regina Daniel doing drugs. So I just want to make this clear. Yeah, motherfuckers in abusive marriages that find a way to defend your abusers every time it comes out on the internet. When reverse is the case, this man will not defend you. Now, over to the drug accusation. Ned Nwoko, was Regina Daniels doing drug when you met her? Because you have enough money now to turn the media narrative. You have enough money now to push everything to your side. Was Regina Daniels doing drugs when you married her? If not be such mountain, and for say you married a child, and you should have continued training, but you fell along the line. I ain't gonna blame Regina Daniels. I will blame you. I will blame her mother. Her mother is the worst failure in all this. I look at both of you and I wonder the attraction you had. 18 years is just number. Looking at her stature, looking at where she was in life, I don't still understand the attraction you had. The mother was always standing beside, cheering. Oh yeah, you need them. Oh yeah, you stand up. Oh yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Now we're all gonna talk about how Regina Daniels is a drug addict and is a bad person, and this person is like, and Regina will be the villain, the bad person, the one that cannot be a wife. You all are forgotten that it's his responsibility to look after this young lad. It was his responsibility. Yes, now he has blogs that will twerk as much as he wants, and people that will stand on the gap for you and make the media vilify her. But you have forgotten. You have forgotten. Are you married as a lad and you were supposed to train her? Oh, I blame Regina Daniels. As you don't grow, you don't get sense, you don't see say money not be everything. You don't see say you know they happy instead of turning to drugs or other vices. I not run away. No loju kokoro no kill. I not pick your things and pack the little you've seen and run away. No, you turn that there dollar na water. This in a skincare. I'm not here to support anybody, but you see Regina Daniels slander on this. Ned Nwoko, Regina Daniels bad, you are bad. Oh, now come on, I for small children, but you not fit train. No marriage. That's just. Baba, good afternoon. I'm so angry. Release memo, say Regina Daniels, they do drugs. You can imagine. 2 seconds, you throw the girl under the bus. But when they're talking, your Regina go the defend them.
The guy they do drugs.
In that talk, when the guy they do drug, he don't cast now. Because now the girl want go Jordan. Yeah, you hear the smell. You talk that one. May Regina leave the man. Regina leave who? Bet me, Regina will go back.
The other hand is not that we fully believe Regina Daniels' husband saying that she's an addict. She have registered her in all kinds of rehabilitation center, and none of that. Regina Daniels' mother is trying to shift all the blame on her daughter, and her daughter is shifting the blame on her mother, and everybody. Ooh. Anyway, as a reasonable Nigerian, what are your thoughts regarding to this whole bass? Should you blame the mother? Should you blame Regina Daniels? Should you blame Ned Nwoko? Should you blame who recorded that video that exposed all of this? Though Regina Daniels have been long trying to speak out, either through content, through videos, through movie, but nobody's paying attention. Everybody just felt like she's catching cruise. Anyway, I'm not laughing at her, I'm not laughing at the whole situation, but it's just that it's painful to see your daughter or your sisters, your relative passing through all of this, all because of money. According to the whole story right now, that she can't leave that marriage. If she leaves that marriage, she's going to remain single all her life. And maybe eventually, I don't know how Ned Nwoko press all the 2 buttons that once you leave, you become broke, except you have to come back. I don't know, maybe all the cars, Ferrari, the houses, everything he gifts these women is in his name, not in their name. So when they go empty. And all these women that you are seeing them, spraying 10 million. If I can spray 10 million, my husband can give me a bunch of money to go and spray. Why can't you be investing or something outside? If Regina Daniels, mama now, let's say for example now, Regina Daniels want to entrust a property in case of the future, in case of vacancy, on that kind of mother's name, the mother will just sweep everything. And if Regina broke up and divorced or go out of that marriage, she will has nothing, because that woman, why they see so. Anyway, what are your thoughts? I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section. I love you guys. God love you more. If you love us, the only way you can support us is to like this video, comment your thoughts about this video. Advise young women out there, advise big women, according to what Regina Daniels' mother says. Say, people still when they suffer domestic violence today, especially those big Nollywood. It's not because Regina Daniels is young. It's just like it's happened in every home. Regina Daniels happened to be a celebrity. That's why her own is on the internet. But there are people that are still facing all kinds of things like this, of which is true, that they can't voice out, or even if they voice out, their video will not go viral because it's just a mate. Even if people like us see it, we don't even make videos about it. It's because it's Regina. That's why we're all making videos to get attentions and none of that. But still we condemn totally domestic violence. We condemn totally abuse of anybody, that be your partner, your wife, or it's just that. So we rest our case. I love you. I'll be waiting for you guys until we meet again. Peace out.
This small pikin, where are they so? Now, old mama, because the wisdom where they ahead. If all those nonsense people where they open their dirty mouth, their gutter mouth, they talk, they no get them. Regina, na 20 years. Oh, not be October with this. Which will they talk? Today, this is waiting. Now on the 10th, she go be 20 years.
She never tried. She tell me she won't marry at early age. Just like what happened recently, they say Regina marry. I go marry one Methuselah, one old man. True. I never see where person they drink Panadol for person headache. The small girl come and cry, give her and say, then force and enter the marriage. Now love, oh. And me, when mama no get the right to tell and say, come, no love. Some of our celebrities, they die inside house. They don't fit talk. Some girls, they cry inside there. They don't fit talk because they marry young boys. What's they different between your... I won't even ask them.